Hello and welcome to an episode of FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby. We are here in New York City at the Fix America's Trading Conference, and for the second year in a row, it is my great pleasure to have Kevin Houstoun from Rapid Edition.
Pleased to see you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very good.
Good.
So it's exciting to be back here. It's another jam-packed day. Last year, I think both of us took a lot away from it. We were talking about what you were there, back on stage again. And it wouldn't be a conference in 2024 if you weren't talking about AI. I think you were talking a little bit around that last year. It was still, a part of the journey. Right now, it's raging everywhere. So tell us a little bit about what's on the agenda for you to be talking about today.
So last year, as you said, we had a panel debate that I took part in around the impact AI is having on our industry and what our thoughts and where we thought it was going would be. One of the actions we took away from that debate was that there was a great deal of interest in the subject of AI and that Fix should start to think about what role it might play in that. So today I'm actually introducing or giving an update on the process we've been through in Europe to form the European AI Working Group, which had its first full meeting a few weeks ago, and we came to a number of conclusions about particular themes we should focus on: data, standardization, close liaison with IOSCO and ISO, education for the industry, because there's a lot of people out there talking about AI, and when you say, but what about this? And they go, well, to be honest, I don't quite understand that bit. So I think Fix can play an important role in trying to make sure that we educate, and that's, of course, then important for when we start engaging with regulators, because you could barely pass a day without reading another story saying that this regulator or that regulator is interested in AI. The Europeans, as you know, have the European AI bill coming up. The FCA is looking at it. The Bank of England is looking at it. We're looking at it at the London School of Economics in the Systemic Risk Group. John did a big paper on it recently. And so as you say, it's all over. And then after I've introduced that working group, I'm then going to contribute to the debate, which is being run immediately after that panel.
And tell me a little bit about some of the things that you want to bring to that panel.
I think there's a historical perspective, because AI's been, I've been looking at some of the...
Not as new as some people have you think, is it?
No, I mean, I went to university far longer ago than I'd care to admit, but, training a neural network to recognize handwritten numbers was part of the curriculum. And that was using some of the early neural nets that had backward chaining in them. And that's actually the papers and thesis that got the guy the Nobel Prize recently. When they announced a couple of Nobel Prizes, the Nobel Prizes for both chemistry and physics were actually awarded to AI teams in different ways.
Well, it can only be a matter of time till it's your turn, right?
Who knows? I suspect not. I've got a couple of academic publications, but that's probably all. That's probably the last couple that are going to come out.
I'm backing you. And tell me about how Rapid Edition fits into all of that. So I know you've been moving into it.
Rapid Edition, we're like everybody. We're in the early days of using it, but we're using it for areas such as support. We use it to, because we have, a huge database of support over the clients we have operating huge trading systems and so on. And there's inevitably support questions come up and so on. So we're using it as a co-pilot, if you will, to help the guys who are actually doing the support. We're looking at an experiment which I'm running with where we're getting all of the documentation that Fix produces each time we change the specification, and I'm trying to train a neural network on that so that we can do first pass generation of specs for particular interfaces and so on. And then that's a lot of legwork, and then an analyst who is genuinely intelligent, not artificially intelligent, reads and reviews that spec and checks it for correctness and so on.
Which takes out the whole concept of approximately right.
Yes.
Which seems to be the big issue of AI and capital markets. And
one of the big problems, it depends what particular techniques you're using. But the technique that has caught everybody's imagination is generative AI, which is things like ChatGPT and so on. And what generative AI does, it works a bit like the text prediction on your phone. The text prediction on your phone is just looking at something and saying, statistically, when I've seen these few words, what is the next word I'm going to see? And it comes up with a list and it then selects the most probable next word. ChatGPT contains a few sort of levers that you can tweak. One of the levers is don't always use the most correct answer. Use the one that sounds a little more interesting. Which, if I ask ChatGPT, I'm about to stand up to leave this table, which way do I turn?
I'm going left.
I could turn, as you say, left, and that will probably be the 70%. But to try and make the answer sound more interesting, it may say turn right and then walk straight ahead. E.g., it's just directed me to walk over you, which you would not be happy about. And that's one of the things we need to be careful about when we're taking those sort of generative techniques and applying them to a process where you want a more deterministic answer.
Absolutely. And coming back to the Fix, circling back to Fix, I love these days. We always see each other over in Europe. This is the second year, as I say, in a row that we've done one of these over here in America. I think Fix has been very, very good at it's not just a name of having it as a trading community, but the community there of coming together and looking at these opportunities, issues, whatever it might be in the industry. But the opportunities here within AI are massive, and to have as many of the bright minds that you have around the Fix community, that's a really exciting position to be in, isn't it? It doesn't have to be an insular journey.
No, I mean, I think if you think about conceptually, not at a technical level, about what you're doing, is you're effectively saying, okay, I want to answer this question, and that we both do as either people, or we posit the question for AI. We're then saying, I need a AI which I need to train on something to try and answer that question. And then there's something you train it on is data. And data is simply messages at rest. So fixed messages flow around our system. You look at the big trading networks that we operate and run for people. Those are the transactions going in and out of order management systems, etc., etc., etc. You've got adjacent data sets where you can say, okay, we did this, what was the impact on the market from market data? We did this, what was the, do we see anything unusual in that trading pattern? But you need to make sure that you've got the sort of island of data that is the heart of that workflow, which is what we're doing, can be connected to the other data sets that you want to address your bigger question on. And Fix can play a really important role in making sure that we have all of that data, and we have the data to effectively form bridges between those islands of data.
Absolutely. Well, Kevin, look, it's always a pleasure speaking to you about this sort of stuff. And once again, it's one of those meaty subjects which I think is going to be so important to everything that we're hearing across the course of today. So good luck with the intros and the conversations you're having. Great to hear about the continued growth and performance of Rapid Edition.
We're having a really good thing. More and more clients are realising the value of being able to focus on their unique intellectual property, which makes their offering special to their clients, and let us do a lot of the sort of legwork in terms of the delivery of the IT systems that support that intellectual property.
Perfect. Well, Kevin, wonderful to speak to you. Thanks for coming on the show. And thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Keep in touch.